Bring out your lies. Bring out... No, we're not going to do that. We don't know if there's any lies in this, guys. We don't know. This is part 2 of my E3 coverage this week. And we've got a lot of games to get through tonight, so I'm going to just get on with it. But before we go into the games, I've got to show you this clip because it is fucking hilarious. This is... This is how not to present a game at E3. I don't know what happened, but I kind of like to think that the guy who was doing this had never seen the trailer. He'd been paid a shit ton of money to blow sunshine up its arse like a complete sellout, and he watched the trailer for the first time at E3, turned to face the audience and realised the game was a big pile of shit, and the only thing he could remember was that he was a YouTube creator, and it's just fucking hilarious.
What up, guys? Thank you for having me, EA. If you guys don't know who I am, my name is Jesse Wellens, and I am a YouTube creator. So I am here to talk about Need for Speed Payback. If you guys didn't know, Need for Speed Payback, yeah, it's a great game. But all right, all set aside, I'm a YouTube creator. Need for Speed Payback, it's coming out. I got my boy Marcus, executive producer here. He is the producer of the game. Thank you, Nick, for having me.
Hey, man. Thanks, Jesse.
That is just... that never gets old, that video. That just never gets old. He even introduced the guy as Marcus, then thanked him as Nick. It was just choice. What was his profession again?
I'm a YouTube creator.
Ah, yes, that's right. Anyway, let's go on with the games. And the first one is called A Way Out. Now, what this game is, it's basically a co-op game. You can only play it co-op, and you are trying to break out of a jail. Funny enough, I watched a co-op film last night about breaking out of jail called With Stallone and Schwarzenegger. And that was shite too. I'm not saying this is going to be shite, but yeah, it is. It's going to be shite, guys. It just looks shite. I mean, it just looks absolute fucking tripe. Honestly, split screen games are so 25 years ago. Who have you seen the animations on this? The animations look wank as well. The animations for the whole, it's just, what the heck? You know what it reminds me of, guys? It kind of looks like a game that, it's like a puzzle game. There's like different scenarios that you have to find your way past. Like, oh, how do you smuggle this item over there? Distract the guard, and you know, and it's yeah. Next we have Anthem. Now, Anthem is made by the same people that made, and they have brought this game. It's a big open world game, and it also looks like a big pile of banter piss. It's kind of exosuit people jetpacking around and essentially shooting things. Now, the voiceovers in this game, from what I've seen in this video, are horrible. Absolutely horrific. And it's another game where the guy next to you tells you exactly what you have to do. It's, you know, it's one of them games. So far, just judging off this actual footage, you know, I think we should use the mortar to shoot these people. I've got a mortar. I just bought the mortar. I think we should use the fucking mortar, alright? It's one of them, guys. It looks a bit like Halo. It looks a little bit like Mass Effect. It's just, you know, it doesn't... I've seen it all before. I've seen it. I've seen it all before, guys. It looks highly polished. But it just looks so boring. You know, just so boring. Oh, how many times? Bring something new out, man. Speaking of old hat boring shite, there's a new Evil Within. Yes, now I didn't like the first Evil Within. It was a typical console port. In fact, that was the birth of the console port song. I believe I sang it for the first time during my WAB of the Evil Within. It was so badly done with barriers up so you can't, so it was on rails. It was just like funneling you through a linear experience of shit, and it was, the action sequences were wank, everything was scripted to shit. It was so boring. It was kind of like the only people that would enjoy this is people who've never ever played a computer game in their lives, and it was their first ever experience of one. It was so ghastlyly bad. And there's another built on the success of the first one. So I'm not going to be too interested in that. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Mac, is there any game coming out that you actually like? Well, we've got Metro. We have Metro. Now, I kind of liked Metro. This is the new Metro. And this one is... it looks shit as well, guys. It just looks shit as well. I mean, look at it. Look at the way it's been played. It's been played in the most scripted, bullshitty way you've ever seen. I mean, the person who's actually controlling this, are they actually is it controlled by a robot? Is it controlled by have they just programmed in? I mean, look at him looking behind him, and then as he goes up the ladder, there's the door shuts, and everything looks scripted. It all looks scripted. I'm going to run over here. Ooh, there's a cliff. I didn't know that. Cue the falling rubble. You know, it's just... it just doesn't look fluid. It doesn't look like a... It just doesn't, guys. It doesn't. It just fucking doesn't. I mean, everything's scripted. Everything's just... It's like watching a movie. I've just watched a movie of Metro. It was quite good. She saved his life at the train at the end. It was such a good movie. Yeah. Wasn't a game. It was just looked like a movie. It just looked... But guys, we have got what I think could possibly be GOTY. I think this could be GOTY, guys, this year. GOTY 2017. Bannerlords 2, guys. Oh, guys, it looks so good. It looks so good. It looks so good. It just looks so damn good. This game looks so damn good. You're not going to... If you've never seen any Mount & Blade games before, just don't pay much attention to what you're seeing here, because this is just a tiny aspect of the game. The game is so much bigger and in depth than this. This is just a minor piffle between two warring factions. But this game does look mighty impressive. It seems to run very well as well. I'm not sure about the lens flare kind of sunny bloomy shit. It looks a bit, but the game looks good. You have to say the game looks good. Well, you don't have to say. You can say it looks shite, but I think it looks actually good. Next up, guys, we have Assassin's Creed Origins. That's right. What? What's that? Why can't you use the footage? Copyright? Are you f***ing serious? Everybody, why would they do that? Why would they copyright the footage for E3 when they want everybody to play it? I mean, what? Apparently, guys, I can't use the Assassin's Creed Origins footage. It doesn't matter. The game in a nutshell. Tall guy, weird hat, runs around glued to buildings. Simple as that. So there you go, guys. That's my second E3 video. I'm sure there will be some decent games at E3 this year. Haven't found many of them, but there's bound to be. Anyway, stay tuned for more E3 action tomorrow.